Look, yesterday I did a video on Fei Long and the whole controversy and issues surrounding the whole thing of the Lee family getting upset over the fact that, they didn't like how he was represented in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I still stand by what I said yesterday about them not getting offended over what he's been representing in Hollywood, because when you actually think about it, most of these Bruce Lee titles and most of these actors portrayed Bruce Lee were done differently, some good and some bad. But apparently it just seems like when it comes to Shannon Lee and the family of Bruce Lee, felt that everybody, everybody that does the character Bruce Lee feels either disrespected or they just don't like it. Well, that's kind of like what's going on in the Street Fighter world and all of other fighting game communities like Tekken and Mortal Kombat that have Bruce Lee inspired character look. But at the end of the day, what's done is done. Fei Long debuted in 1993 in Super Street Fighter 2. Liu Kang debuted in Mortal Kombat 1992. Martial Law debuted in Tekken in 1994. So you cannot stop these companies from making characters based off of Bruce Lee, but done differently. So not only that, we're going to be looking at the update, but we're going to look at some interesting facts about this whole thing. And you already know where I stand on this. Like I said, I still stand by what I said yesterday, and I don't regret ranting like crazy because of this mess that Capcom has gotten themselves into because of word from the Lee family. Don't ever let them stop you from creating characters based off of Bruce Lee. Because if y'all remember, Fei Long is beloved by so many Street Fighter fans, and so is Liu Kang in Martial Law. So with that being said, let's get into this article. An update: the achieved version of the stream has now been taken down by the composer. Linda Holm has also been in touch with the Nintendo Life, offering further clarification of his position. The opinion was mine and only playful, hypothetical thinking. It was just my opinion, not Capcom's, and my sources is an independent third party. Okay, so even though this is like an independent party, but still, I think Shannon Lee and all the other members of the Lee family just leave these companies alone. Because now I feel like you're just ruining everything for the family. Like, can nobody have nice things nowadays without somebody getting upset over one thing? It's so weird to me. So it says on this original story, so this is from yesterday, we already read about them not getting, them not, liking the fact that their father was portrayed in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But still, it says original story: Tuesday, Street Fighter fans might want to pour one out for a favorite character. So the favorite character that has been a part of the series ever since Super Street Fighter 2. At least according to Street Fighter 5 composer Daniel. As y'all have seen, if you read the headline and saw the image above, it seemed like that Fei Long may not be featured at all in future Street Fighter games. The character Fei Long, a martial artist and action film star from Hong Kong, is Capcom's tribute to legendary martial artist and actor film star Bruce Lee. And it seems that the Lee family has recently changed its mind when it comes to non-serious deceptions of a deceased actor. As discussed in the composer stream, YouTube Q&A, see below, on May 7th. Community interpretation are reportedly a sticking point, Lindholm says. Oh, depictions must be honorable for this point. A character that I know we won't see at all. There has been a lot of discussion about it. I mentioned a character that I know we won't see at all. There's been a lot of discussion about it. I mentioned earlier a character that I would like to rewrite the music for would be Fei Long. So this we had to say. I do have other sources, not only Capcom, but friends of mine in the US who are very close friends with the Lee family. And they have basically said that any kind of resemblance to Mr. Bruce Lee is now ominous. For comedic effect, comic stuff, it needs to be honorable. So that's what he said yesterday. VG247 reached out to Capcom in order to verify the composer's claim, to which a Capcom spokesperson said, "We do not comment on rumor and or speculation." While it's unclear what promoted this change and approach from the Lee family, it's certainly not impossible that deception in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood may have caused the family to reconsider depiction of him or characters above inspired by him in media. A shame for Street Fighter fans, that's for sure. If this information is accurate, we'll just have to hope that the Lee family reconsiders the position before they release Street Fighter 6. Even though, you know, Liu Kang, Fei Long, and martial law are safe for now, I think Shannon Lee needs to leave these companies alone, because what she's doing is ruining everyone's fun in hopes to see Fei Long in Street Fighter 6 again. Because a lot of us do want to see this character come back. He's one of my favorite characters along with Ryu Ken. But in terms of Fei Long being an action star, he's not Bruce Lee, he is his own character. And for one thing, Fei Long was never a comedic character. They had some odd choices for him in Street Fighter 4, but that doesn't mean that he is a comedic character. He's as serious as everybody else when it comes to the tournament. But I feel like when it comes to the Lee family, I just knew at some point that they will always have a say in this, and why I still consider them being offended over a freaking movie. I literally just do not understand people in Hollywood. Like, it was a different universe. It's just a character. I really just don't understand people right now. But at the end of the day, I still stand by what I said yesterday, and I don't regret ranting like crazy because of it. I just think that the family needs to really reconsider this whole thing, instead of just like forcing them to not add Fei Long in Street Fighter 6 or any other character that is based off of Bruce Lee. And the one thing I realize is that the Lee family doesn't really understand video games. If it's inspired by a family member of a legendary actors or actresses, they have every right to do that. You cannot stop them for adding characters based off of Bruce Lee. You cannot do that. So if y'all want the article, I will post it in the description below. So shout out to Future Boy Who for uploading the video. And we now know that Fei Long, martial law, and Liu Kang are safe. They're still going to be in the games but still, I think the Lee family have messed up this time. So yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all in my next video.